Today, we're going to dive into a behavior that at first seems completely bizarre. I mean, truly strange. But what if I told you it's actually one of nature's most clever and seriously widespread survival strategies?
Right? It's the big question. Why would you see parrots or elephants or even people intentionally eating the one thing we're always told to avoid? Well, as it turns out, it's not some weird craving or a mistake. Nope, it's a calculated defense. Believe it or not, this practice actually has a name, Geophagy. And it's not random. It is a deliberate, global instinct, and it's shared by hundreds of species, including our own ancestors. And right there, that's our first clue that there's something really profound going on here.
To really understand why an animal would eat clay, we first have to get our heads around the world it's trying to survive in. You see, for most creatures, the natural world isn't just some peaceful landscape. It's practically a minefield of invisible threats.
Just think about an animal's diet for a second. It's full of plants, right? And many of those plants have evolved their own chemical defenses, toxins, to keep from being eaten. Then you add in the constant threat of harmful bacteria and nasty internal parasites in the environment, and all of a sudden, the simple act of eating becomes a daily risk.
So how do they fight back? Well, not with some special plant or a rare berry, but with something way more common, clay. And I promise you, as soon as you stop thinking of it as dirt and start seeing it as a powerful natural medicine, this entire picture changes.
So, let's get precise. Geophagy isn't about getting nutrition or calories. It's the very targeted consumption of specific soils for their medicinal properties. You can almost think of it as a form of self-medication that's been evolving for millions of years.
This, right here, is the perfect way to visualize what's happening. The right kind of clay doesn't get digested. Instead, it acts like a microscopic protective sponge, moving right through the digestive system and actively cleaning it out from the inside.
Okay, the key scientific mechanism here is called adsorption. And you got to pay close attention here. That's adsorption with a D, not absorption. Absorption, that's like a sponge soaking up water. But adsorption is when molecules literally stick to the surface of something else, kind of like static cling. And this is possible because of the absolutely mind-boggling surface area of clay. Get this, a single gram can have a surface area larger than a football field. That little distinction and that massive scale is absolutely critical to how this whole thing works.
It's really just a simple, elegant four-step process. First, an animal eats something potentially harmful. Second, it medicates itself by also eating clay. Third, inside the gut, those toxins or parasites bind directly to the surface of all those tiny clay particles. And finally, this new, harmless little bundle just gets passed right out of the body. The threat is totally neutralized before it can ever be absorbed. It's genius.
So that's the science behind it, which is super cool. But what does this powerful defense actually look like in the real world? Well, we can see it in action everywhere, from the Amazon rainforest all the way to our own medicine cabinets. And I'm not kidding, this isn't just happening in a lab somewhere. You can actually go to specific places, they call them clay licks, and see this behavior firsthand. It is a fundamental part of the ecological playbook for countless species out there. You know, the Amazon rainforest is famous for its vibrant clay licks, where literally hundreds of macaws and parrots gather to eat clay. Why? Because this allows them to eat seeds and unripe fruits that would otherwise be poisonous to them. Over in Africa, elephants will travel for miles to find specific clay deposits, not just for minerals, but to detoxify their systems. And researchers have even seen gorillas eating clay specifically to fight off nasty gut parasites. And here's the kicker. This instinct isn't just for animals. We've been doing this for millennia. You know that pink stuff you take for an upset stomach? Its active ingredient is often kaolin, a type of clay. It is ancient wisdom adopted by modern medicine. And in so many traditional cultures, pregnant women consume specific clays. It's this incredible instinctual defense to protect themselves and their developing baby from pathogens and toxins. So really, this gives clay a powerful two-for-one benefit. It acts as a chemical neutralizer, latching onto plant toxins before they can do any harm, but at the exact same time, it's like a physical bouncer, grabbing onto bacteria and parasites and escorting them right out of the building. It's an incredibly efficient, dual-action defense system. So what we really have here is this perfect meeting of ancient instinct and modern scientific understanding. A behavior that might have looked primitive is now understood as a super sophisticated biological adaptation.
So, the next time you see an animal eating dirt, you'll know exactly what you're seeing. It's not some strange habit. It's a brilliant, time-tested strategy for survival. It's an animal taking its medicine straight from the earth. It just goes to show that a behavior that seems so simple on the surface can hold this immense scientific wisdom. And it really begs the question, right? What other secrets are hidden in the instincts of the natural world, just waiting for us to rediscover them?